This week on Wildcat News, we attend a band performance, and we learn more about how the food pantry has been operating during COVID-19. All these stories and more coming up because Wildcat News starts now. Good morning, West Johnston. I'm Miranda Bean. Last Saturday, the band performed at this year's Winterfest. Catherine Green reports.
On March 6, students, staff, and community members gathered on the football field for the first band competition of the year. Junior Jaden Williams describes what he felt during the competition.
Well, it was exhilarating in a way that I've experienced before, but it was different because of all the events, I would say. I think that's the best way to explain it. It's something that I was used to, but I feel like I wasn't this time because of just the lack of doing things like that, the lack of being in front of people in such a long time.
Junior Isaac Drown feels time away from competitions has benefited the band as a whole.
So in the past, we've kind of taken it for granted, but I think that being away from it and learning that it's not just something we have, that we have to actually work for it, has helped us grow as a team and has made us want to do it and a little bit more driven to practice and do our best. So I think it's helped us a lot.
Williams explains what he feels are the differences between this competition and others before it.
It felt a lot more segmented. Like, all of the groups wanted to stick to themselves, which makes a lot of sense. At the very least, something bad is going to happen. Try to keep it to your sector, you know? I understand that. A really fun part of all these competitions is the intermingling of a bunch of like-minded people. It's like a convention or something. And that's what makes it a lot more fun. But in this case, that wasn't really something that happened.
Drown describes the steps his instructors take to keep everyone safe.
I think that we have a bunch of different instructors, and Mr. Mee's doing a great job of following all the guidelines and making sure that when we're inside, especially we're not super close together and trying to keep us outside as much as possible. And then our drumline instructor and guard director, they're all trying to work to make sure that we're safe even when we're inside and practicing. So I think everyone's doing their best to kind of keep us safe and still do their best to instruct us and let us have a good time.
I'm Catherine Green, Wildcat News.
Thanks, Catherine. Due to COVID-19, student volunteers have recently returned to the food pantry. Allison Wade reports.
Food insecurity is an issue that continues to spread across the nation. According to data from Lindsay Haynes Maslow, Associate Professor and Extension Specialist at NC State University, 1 in 5 children were food insecure before the pandemic. The West Johnston Food Pantry has acted as a way for students and staff to help combat food insecurity in the county. Sophomore Olivia Bishop explains what food insecurity is.
Food insecurity, to me, is whenever people don't have the access or the funds to get the food that they need. And so I think it's a big issue, especially in grade school children and stuff, to not have access, especially with what's going on with the pandemic.
Bishop shares why she volunteers at the food pantry.
I joined food pantry last year, my freshman year, because I kind of just wanted something to do and kind of socialization. But now it's grown up, and even then it started to grow to be a lot more of giving back to my community and being something that I really want to be a part of. And so I'm really hoping this year to be able to partake more.
The pantry's new director, Malia Blake, talks about why she took the position and the responsibilities that came with it.
I just felt like it was a really great opportunity to give back and to do the things that I like, to do something more for myself and be part of something that was bigger. So the opportunity came up and I just took it. So some of the things what we're responsible for is providing supplementary food to food insecure families in both our West Johnston community, the McGee's Crossroads community, and also in the Cleveland community.
The food pantry allowed student volunteers to return on Tuesday, March 2nd. Blake and Bishop explain why they feel students are an important part of the organization.
I'm very glad and grateful that we can now have students involved, even if it's just a few every single week. This is what this program was designed to have, is students leading this and being part of the lead to fight food insecurity in our community.
I think it's really important that it's student-led, because not only does it teach us to give back to our communities, but it also teaches students leadership skills that are really crucial. It also kind of builds experience doing things of that nature, which I feel isn't as often the opportunity for students.
Email Malia Blake for more information on how to join. I'm Allison Wade, Wildcat News.
Thanks, Allison. Well, that's all for us this week. If you have any comments, questions, or story leads, email us at wjstudentmedia@gmail.com or send us a tweet at wjstudentmedia. And if you want to watch Wildcat News at home, on the go, or catch up on past episodes, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Miranda Bean. Thanks for watching and have a great week.